Good morning. Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I'm a little change things around a little bit, so I'm trying to make sure y'all let me know if you can hear me. I think the shot is okay. So good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, March 31st, 2025, and you are in the Java Cafe. It is our first day back since taking a break after our anniversary. We'll get into the thank yous tomorrow for Testimony Tuesday. We may have a guest from the city tomorrow. I'm confirming now because we have some things to discuss in community. But speaking of community, for Women's History Month, I am excited to bring a young lady into the room that I have known, oh God, since my teens. We met one day when she was at the Playtime Barbershop, and she was putting up handmade. We didn't have all these graphic designers and whatnot. She was putting up something that said UMMF, and it was something about artists, musicians, and whatnot. And I was asking her, I said, well, what about gospel? And what about da-da-da-da? The other thing I remember about that, I think there were either another time or whatever, there was like a little candy jar or a little plastic bucket or something with like condoms in them. And one of her biggest claims to fame, whether she says it or not, is, and they don't do it as much anymore, and they need to. And this is a good plug for cuffing season because we got kiosk where you can go get condoms and stuff. But she, early pioneer, we talk often about Irving Goldston, but Cindy as well is a pioneer in sex health education, and putting condoms in clubs and events. And speaking of events, she does a lot. She moves in the space of peace. She moves in the space of youth development. She's worked in many youth programs. I don't think they've ever got her to work at the city or the state yet in a government position yet. But ladies and gentlemen, please do me a favor. Hit that share button. Put hearts and clapping hands and everything in the comments as we bring into the stage or bring into the cafe Miss Cindy DIGGS. She is no stranger to the Java Cafe at all. One of the other things I can't, Cindy, go without mentioning is you were very responsible, foundational in your Healthy Java and things like that. So we're just going to kind of talk and celebrate and reminisce and love on you and learn about a little bit of you today, because a lot of people don't know. They just see the work, but they don't know really who Cindy is. So good morning. It's been a while.
Morning.
How you doing?
I love the Playtime story.
Oh, the Playtime.
You know, that's where that happened at. I thought it was at the music conference.
No, that was at Playtime. I don't even know if I made the conference. I remember you and somebody, probably Jazz or Jessica, y'all were walking out of Playtime. And remember, they had at one point, they had the two display cases on the right and left when you walked out. And the one on the left, or was it the right?
It was on the left.
It was on the left, the UMMF. And it was like a yellow, I want to say, we don't even use it no more.
It was like a big sign with different, our phone number and.
No, this was like yellow construction paper.
Oh, now listen, we brought on the first graphic artist was part of UMMF, and that was Carlos.
Carlos who? Not Enriquez.
Yes, he was the first graphic artist in Boston.
Carlos Enriquez?
Yep. And then Guy Scott after that.
And then you hooked me up when I was at the Feds. There was what's his name? Fabrice, something. Remember him?
Oh yeah.
When we did the condom case and the AIDS thing, and then we got in trouble because the pastor, they figured out that the cases we were given.
Oh.
All right, Cindy, let's back up. We're not on the phone. Good morning. So Cindy, we're going to go to the briefing. I actually did a briefing for Cindy. You guys, so we can stay focused because her and I will go off on tangent. So I named earlier all your contributions, everything that you've done in community. And it's years. I'm going to ask you to, if you can, describe all the work and all the things that you've done in community all these years. Describe it in one word.
When I saw that, I was like, this is going to be tough, but
Almost
I
not.
would say
You
an
don't put it in a
adventure.
briefing.
An adventure.
Okay. All right. So adventure, good word. Tell us, give us about a good 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Like, who are you? Like, you're, did you grow up in Boston? Because a lot of people may not know. They may just see, at the Peace Walk. They may see you advocating online, looking like you're in New Orleans, doing different things. But tell us a little bit, and don't go into the work. But who is Cindy Diggs? Where'd you grow up, go to school, and kind of what molded you early on? And we've talked in the past, and you can add, now sometime you went to school over Mission Hill. That contributes to some things. And so it's right now, it's a little bit of your party. You can tell what you want to.
Okay. Well, like they say, the song says, I was born by the river. Actually, I was not born in Boston. I was born in Plymouth, Massachusetts. My parents moved there because my father, his mother was from Canada. So we lived in a trailer for the first year. My mother, being a city girl, said she had to come back. So we moved to JP for a little bit. And then we moved back to my grandmother's house in Mission Hill and been here ever since 1975. And during that time, it was really tumultuous, as I see you trying to allude to. That was during the busing era, and I lived there during the Charles Stewart case. So a lot of my activism came as a young Black girl growing up in a predominantly white neighborhood in Mission Hill at the top of the hill, but always hanging out with my friends in Mission projects and heading over to JP projects, and just hearing all of the stories from folks. And I was very studious. I went to Boston Latin and didn't have much of a social life. So my mother made me join an organization when I was about 14, getting ready to go into high school. It was the National Association of Negro Business and Professional Women's Clubs, Incorporated.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Say that again slowly.
The National Association of Negro Business and Professional Women's Club, Incorporated. You had to pay to belong to social organizations back in the 70s. That was the late 70s, I believe, 78, 79. And so my first professional event was at that time. We did it at the then Afro-American Institute at Northeastern. We held a party and sold hot dogs to raise money for the organization. And the girls who worked the hardest were rewarded by us going to the 20th anniversary of the original March on Washington. And so living in this neighborhood in those times, just being surrounded by our people, that was the beginning of my activism. Just being there in DC with hundreds and thousands of people. And, I was born in 65 into the revolution. So those stories were very new for me, and listening to my parents talk about what happened during those days. And I was extremely shy. If you can believe it or not, I used to talk with my hand over my mouth and I didn't come to become Cindy Diggs until college, but I always belonged to the Black Students associations at Latin and at BU. And just, I've always had a thing for being there for people who didn't have a voice. So working at Osco drugstore throughout the end of my high school into college, there were Latinos that couldn't get their prescriptions because they couldn't understand English and the pharmacist didn't speak Spanish. So I ended up majoring in Spanish in college and doing a study abroad.
A lot of people don't know that you speak like our mayor, you speak like fluent Spanish.
Claro que sí.
So,
yeah, when my friends are around me, some of them are like, Cindy, I didn't know you spoke Spanish. I'm like, yes, I have a degree in Hispanic language and literatures.
And I'm going to tell you, I was just about to text you and tell you to stay right there because that's the shot. You're good. We can hear you and you stay right there. Don't lean in.
Okay.
Yes. Beautiful us. See, there she go. So we just want to acknowledge the good brother in the room. We got a couple of good brothers in the room. Joseph Bennett is in the room. Terry Orlando Jones is in the room. And I did not know this. He is in his own right. He's probably going to kill me. But he's a pioneer. He's a pioneer in the space of Black Boston Poly in our generation. And so I did not know that he was the original graphic designer. That, Carlos, is crazy. We got Pam celebrating you being a member of Boston Latin as well. And so, Cindy, let's speed up. And Carlton over from JP is in the room as well. I said Joey's
from JP. We didn't have any Mission Hill JP thing going on back then.
Not back then. And
everybody went to Brighton, so you know.
And the Taft, that was the beginning of it, because Taft and Edison was where you split. Most Mission went to Edison, and then most JP went to the Taft, but Brighton kind of brought everybody together. But Cindy, these people that are in here that are talking about your work have been around for generations. So I'm not good. You don't ask. Well, you told us what year you were born. But how many? Oh no,
I'm gonna be 60 in June. Yes.
But you
out right now. My soul glow is dyed. Okay.
I listen. I saw you one time and I was like, "Ooh, Cindy, the gray." But that is something to definitely celebrate. So, saying that you got really your activism started in college, would that be about 40 years?
Oh no, it wasn't college. It was high school.
It was high school. So you've been in this 40 plus years. Mm-hmm. So two at least generations of people seeing you in community, doing a wide variety of things. And so out of all of the things, I'm going to try to cover a few. I'm going to ask you, there's Peace Boston, there's UMMF, there's your work with the Peace Institute, there's the work in the health industry, there is the support of your Healthy Java, there is the health equity, there is in the entertainment industry, a little bit of UMMF with all the peace work that went on in there. Out of everything that you've done, if we were to ask you, what has been your favorite? I hate to say it. What has been your favorite space of work? I'm not going to say cause. What's been your favorite space of work?
Why you ask me that hard question, James Hill?
Because it had to be one that I didn't put in the briefing. I always save one that I don't type out.
Oh my God. Well,
I got him with one the other day up at Salem State. So love you.
I don't know. I mean, it's like I never name my favorite artist or my favorite anything. So I will tell you this, that UMMF is the parent of Peace Boston.
Okay.
So in 1995, we started the hip hop organization, but it was after us being nightclub promoters in a very violent time. And so then we moved into music conferences. And then 10 years later, 2005, almost to the date, we started Peace Boston. And because there was such a need, and you were there at the very beginning when the youth violence epidemic started. So I think that watching the guys that that I helped to rear, to raise in the 90s, come back years later to support the young people. They played in the Got Peace basketball tournament. Yep. They worked with Jazz over at the True Hip Hop Culture program and helped her to teach classes. And just watching that past generation come to support that then current generation, because those kids are now in their 30s. And Yes, Playtime. That's where we definitely had all of our meetings, at Playtime. They gave us a space where no one wanted hip hop. But, when I was inducted into the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, seeing those guys that probably wouldn't have been here with gray beards, and them coming out and just coming and being a part of the Mardi Gras parade, and just, those stories, listening to them as adults and parents, and some of them grandparents. That's my favorite part of the work, is seeing what I did and not knowing that I was doing it on purpose, until the second time around. The first time around, we were providing stages to people at probably the most violent time in Boston. In 91, I believe it was 151 murders, and
Early
hip-hop
90s was
played
crazy.
yeah, hip hop played a very valuable role, because those guys were coming to practices and those sort of things, getting ready for shows. And, I'm very, very bossy. If you don't, I know James Hills, but, and I'm 5'3", but they respected me for the fact that I had to go into the clubs and get the spot as the woman, because no men were going to get to do any hip hop, anything. And me taking care of them is how I got the name Mother Hip Hop around 1997, I think.
This is why I put that in here. Mother Hip Hop, Miss Peace Boston, Cindy Diggs. Cindy, you talked about intergenerational and you talked about impact. And so it's so interesting that we have Carlos in here, who I just referenced to being a pioneer, and he's going to get me later. But the Real Boston Media, one of our biggest, social media influencers, platforms, just said, okay, I remember where I know her from, laughed my ass off. We had a nightlife convos before, but then also going back to talking about my memory is jacked like a hammer at the moment, but it was a few community events. And so you got Brother Carlton in on the older side, or well, yeah, he's closer to me. Committing to we're going to get it right. I mentioned Joey Bennett as well. And so we got the good Michelle D. Smith, who I'm sure
Yes, playing the basketball tournament.
Basketball tournament. I wish I had the video.
That game. That was Mara Haley played on that team.
So and I'm going to try to find the video in a second, but I want to deviate for a second, because one of these spaces that you moved in was youth development. You had UMMF. There was you weren't at ALOP. You was at adolescent. No, was it? No, you was at Goal. I was at ALOP. You was at Goal. Shout out to all the youth. Now, if we go over the names of these, Yahira,
Davo, Queen Viv, Jazz.
Well, no, I'm talking about the younger ones. Like, these are young. They were young people then.
Willie
Marcus is now like running. He's either running or was president of one of the MBTA unions. Yahida is doing her thing with the Mass and Cass in South End and being an advocate, running for office. Davo is, I think he was mid. He wasn't a youth. He was like a youth worker.
No, he ran the youth program when I was the wellness manager at Whittier.
So like him and all others are like, you've had this influence.
Joe Rowell, yeah.
Oh God. All right. So, you talked about hip hop. Those still relevant today. I'm going to ask you to entertain me for a minute. While we have you, when I have experts in the room, I seize the opportunity. We're aware that there was an incident yesterday. There's a lot of conversation about parents. There's a lot of conversation about youth workers. There's a lot of conversation. One of the things that we know for sure that this social media was a contributor to this. We know it's warm during the winter, everybody's posting and all this other stuff, and now we outside. Do you see social media being what hip hop was back then as the foundation, or the thing that hip hop started out one way? For some reason let's capitalists, the millionaires and the billionaires saw an opportunity. I just wanted to ask your thoughts on the influence of social media, and also get some input on how we a little bit of 2 minutes on this, on how we address that, because we're celebrating you. But Cindy, I know the work that we've done. I know people are watching and listening. What would you say to parents? What would you say to that notion of just using a vehicle to move? You used hip hop. You know where I'm going.
Well, I mean, as far as what happened on Saturday, I only know
Saturday. Thank you.
From watching the post on Facebook. And I know that, it's always been the same issue. There's not a lot of parental involvement. You think that the young people are old enough to go to places and that you shouldn't have to go with them. However, we are in very different times. Young people are not as resilient as we would like to think that they are. And they suffered a lot during the pandemic. They don't know how to have fun anymore. And because they've been at home to their own devices and the social media beefs and all of that stuff, we have to give them a space to be able to have fun. But we also have to remember that there is safety issues. When we did the Got Peace basketball tournament, we had hundreds of kids there. But I strategically involved, or Big Time and I, he more so him, with involving the political folks, where we had the sheriff's department playing in the tournament. We had Nora Baston ran the referees, and all of the police that worked with her. They were a part of the event. So you always have to have some sort of plan there. And then I would have some of the hip hop guys, my hip hop sons, play in the tournament, and just the young people seeing that this was a space that everybody was cool. We didn't really have a lot of problems, but it wasn't the same when we did. I was providing technical support to the women that ran the Beantown Bounce.
Well, yep, that was
Bree and Gina, Nakia,
yes,
Sky.
yes.
And so because it was such a big event, I mean, there would literally be like 2,500 people there. So that's why I'm wondering how many people were at the event on Saturday, where they said that there were too many people.
I mean, I just wanted to get your input there, because I when you were talking about hip hop, I just thought about social media, and I was really trying to find.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem because there's a lot of what do they call it? Cyber thugs.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I mean, I don't want to blame it on anybody. I just think that there's some things that I dealt with when we were in the dance world with slap bracelets. There were parents that, not on purpose, but they have their own things to do on a Saturday. And so, but there's got to be some sort of a balance, because we need more adult presence at these things. I don't do direct service anymore with young people. Mm-hmm. And that was always a plus for me, because I knew all of the kids, even the ones that were causing the problems. I mean, it was no thing for me to pull them aside. But now we have to have lots of people. And so we have a big event planned for.
Hold on. Don't be jumping around.
I'm jumping around because it's May 3rd.
Now, the one thing that we're going to save is the action item at the end. Cindy doesn't know that here I have the ability to do that.
He cut me off. Anyway, what I'm saying is that we need
wait.
adults to come out.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. But I really wanted you to speak to sort of the expert piece, because there's just a lot of conversation and stuff going on, and I cannot let it go without that. We got all the new folks that are doing stuff, but there's some pioneers and some expertise, and I'm talking to you and trying to find a video that understand the impact. And there's some models and some things that I guess that was also the piece of hip hop that does not change. No matter the generation, the model of culture and arts and music still work. And so now, Cindy, with that being said, we're brother and sister. So I just wanted to, it's not often where I'm in charge and have a little bit of control, but no, you have an event, and I'm glad that I don't do direct service no more either, but I'll come and cover it. We're not, I dropped my event on May 3rd, but you have an event coming up on May 3rd, and it speaks to sort of what we were just talking about, supporting young people and the things that you're doing. So what is going on May 3rd? Because I want people, while we're celebrating you, I want them to be able to leave with an actionable item to not just put the comments in and support you and share and all that, but come and support with their presence. And so sit back and tell the people so we can get a good shot. We can hear you. Just project to the computer. Not all the way back there, Cindy.
So I convene the Alternatives to Violence Network. This is not our event, but we are supporting this event. It's BPS is hosting the Move and Groove Festival. And so, having been in these spaces of these big events, I know that we need a lot more adult presence. And so, if anyone is interested, and James, if you would have someone put my email address in the chat. My email address is cdiggs, DIGGS, at mgh.harvard.edu. I would like to see at least 100 adults come and volunteer. We don't need you to be security. We just need
Cindy,
you to be an adult presence.
We've upgraded. I can, I didn't.
Oh, yes. See, I'm still making paper signs.
If you held up a paper sign, this is my email address. No, but May 3rd, I want to also put up that support the BPS. What is it? BPS what? Move and Groove?
Move and Groove Festival.
Are you working with Corey at all on this?
Not Corey, Jelani and Steven.
Okay. What's Jelani? Jelani, from the South End?
Huh?
No.
Jelani, that was from Sportsman's.
Oh, okay. Festival, FESTIVAL. BPS Move and Groove Festival on, what's the date? Saturday, May
3rd from 12 to 4.
Where is it?
The Cass Recreational Center.
Oh, over at the Cass Center. Okay. All right. So if you are interested in just having a presence, Cindy specifically said not security or anything like that, please consider going to support the BPS Move and Groove Festival on Saturday, May 3rd, 2025 from 12 to 4 p.m. If you would like to go or want more information, you can email cdiggs@mgh.harvard.edu. I think we got everything covered. The other
one more thing
quickly.
So that's my work thing, but the space that I'm moving in now, I have.
Oh, we got to talk about that. But don't forget to mention the Peace March, because
the Mother's Walk. Yes. The Mother's Day Walk for Peace. I'm the co-chair, along with the director of nursing at Beth Israel. And that is on May 11th. You'll be inundated with how you can sponsor me. You know it. People unfriend me at this time of year, but if I don't get $25 from you, I will run up on you and dig in your pocket.
It's hard times.
Listen, I don't care. I still see people at concerts. You better figure it out. Sip all that tea. We know what else is in that coffee.
Hey, nothing else in this coffee this early in the morning, Jesus. It's too early.
So,
Yeah,
because if we're gonna, we have to remember that these are hard times and budgets are being slashed. So we have to rely on the power of the people. We have to put our money where our concerns are. And eventually we're going to be standing with a pocket full of nothing if we sit and wait. We have to put those monies aside for the places that have been supporting our families for many years. And that's in all seriousness.
I mean, it's a lot coming down the pike and we do have to be ready. And then also, you know, it's because I got ready to rally on Monday for the anniversary. And then I was like, you know what? We do what we do.
Yeah. So, I mean, in saying that, you know, I celebrated my 30th anniversary in hip hop on March 3rd. So that chapter is closed. Peace Boston will be celebrating our 20th anniversary on December 21st.
Jesus Lord, 20 years?
20 years. That chapter is closed.
What do we want? When do we want it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm always going to support the Peace Institute in their work. But, you know, as far as us putting on events, it will be specifically for the Peace Institute when Clementina calls on me. But what I have been doing for my own sanity, because I have been doing this for over 40 years, once I was inducted, I said, you know, this is enough. I don't need to go any further from this, and I'm going to take my time to celebrate me by not piling 100 events on myself, unless it's for my job.
Hold on. I forgot to get on. So piling events, self-care. I just clicked Instagram, and oh boy, they are going in about you over on there. So definitely understand that of the balance, because self-care is important. I think we grew up in a general. Well, Cindy, I know we have
no boundaries, none.
We have not paid bills. We have not slept. We have not for community. So getting to a point at our age, of self-care is definitely important. So shout out to you and thank you for doing that, because we do need you for the longer haul, especially in these times. This point, self-love is the best way to set healthy boundaries. And Cindy, have you just observed Carlos's? But have you observed Carlos's? Have you talked to him lately, Cindy?
I watch him online. Him and my cousin. I love that.
It's just amazing to see it. So to see you go into that place as well. But we want to shout out a friend of yours, like family and also partner, NP for now, aka excuse me, Maureen Scott.
That's my cousin Maureen.
Is in the building. Coach Law is also over. Born is in the building. You remember him from the BYF? Was it positive? Oh God, the Boston Youth Theater days and
Inner City Energy.
And we're good over on IG. So Cindy, we just wanted to come. I thought about, now I'll be honest with y'all. I was supposed to have Cindy on like 2 weeks ago. And I think it was on, when was it? Friday in the afternoon. I said, Cindy, what are you doing on Monday at 10 o'clock? And she was like, and then she said, I could do it. So I will
not be an afterthought. However, I'm going to finish this thought, kind sir.
Wait, 30 seconds.
So the space that I have moved in is hosting an event for once a year.
Okay.
And that is in memory of my best friend, Jazz.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So Jazz was with me and founding member of UMMF and Peace Boston, and she passed 3 years ago. So another best friend of mine is at English High School, and they have a food pantry there. And so I've been working in that space, but with all of the cuts, I've been hosting a fundraiser with friends of mine. So you might have heard about the Mardi Gras which is the picture that was on the flyer that we did. We donated money to the musicians of New Orleans, but we have an event on August 16th, taking over the whole bowling building to raise money for the Jazz Wise Food Fund and other nonprofits.
Okay. Bowling building, Jazz Wise Food Fund. I like that. Jazz Wise Food Fund. Okay, August 16th. So folks, hold that on your calendars now. I went to the first or second one last year, and it is definitely an event. They have a whole parade and everything. So please save that. August 16th at the Bruce Bowling Building. More information is coming out about that. Also, don't forget, if you were interested in supporting the May 3rd event for the Moving Groove BPS event, you can email cdiggs@mgh.harvard.edu. And Cindy, we just really love and want to thank you for everything that you've done in community on the macro level, but also individually for me. I was Cindy's neighbor for less than a year when I thought my happy self was moving to Cindy. Do you know it's been 10 years on, what was it? The 27th, I think.
Didn't you move to New York?
No, that I came back. I mean, it was look. I mean, it was moving, leaving and coming back. It was such a short period in between. I mean, we could get it confused.
Yeah.
Many of y'all
you couldn't leave here.
Yeah, it's evident now. But imagine if I was in New York when COVID broke.
Child.
Don't you know, geez?
The red, black, and white, it was my living room colors. So we've been in sync since.
That's right. With the red chair.
With my red ceiling.
The red ceiling, and then you had the red chair.
Red chair.
And then the piano thing.
CD holder.
All right, Cindy.
I was old.
But you ain't old. You just like who somebody said it in the, I don't know if it was Carl or whatever, but I thought somebody said something about like fine wine or something, or OG or something. Anyway, just better. We're getting better as we become more seasoned. Pastor Marion said, great, Cindy, seeing you after so many years. The mommy is in the building as well. And so many, Chip is in the building as well. I did not want to.
We donated money to Chip as well from the last event.
Okay. And Carlos also said, thank you, Cindy, for all you've done in the city. Your service has been honorable, necessary, and effective. You truly care for others, love and respect. And so, Cindy, I just wanted to say, with seeing that Chip, Mahogany, and a few others, I saw your comments about what we were talking about with young people. We're going to have some open space and commentary about that tomorrow. But today I wanted to focus on Cindy and women's history. And Cindy, I encourage you that when you get off to still watch, because ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm the only one that on Thursday night, Nia Grace curated The Art of Her. And on that stage, we had Angelina, Nichelle Mungo, Angelina, Nichelle Mungo, Kasia, Adonis was on keys, and they're singing Jill Scott, Living My Life Like It's Golden. So we're going to close out Women's History Month today with you, and also that performance. Now I'm telling y'all, it's 9 minutes, but it's a whole showcase. And Valerie Stevens grabs the mic and does a holla from the soul of a Black woman. She up seeing them singing it. So anyway, Cindy, love you, appreciate you.
You too. Thank you everybody for supporting me all these years. Wouldn't have worked without it.
We got definite time, and so thank you for your contributions to the Java Cafe. Can't believe you got 20. We just been 5 years, but can't believe that it's going on 20 some odd years for Peace Boston.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
In December. That's crazy.
Jack
walking down the street with a bullhorn in the winter. Viv's how old is little man now? 25?
No, he's not 25. He's got to be about 19.
20? No.
Taylor is 16.
No, not who the boy that had the
Nizair. That's her grandson.
That's her. Oh, not son, Nizair. Yeah. That was 20 years ago. So he had to be like 6, 7,
like
then.
4 or 5.
He had to, but he was yelling in the bullhorn.
Yeah.
So he has to be at least 25.
He's 19. No. He's not 19. If that was 20 years old, that's right.
You went to what school?
I went to Boston Latin, but I majored in Spanish because I don't do math. But Nazir is not in his 20s, so we got to figure that out. I'll ask her.
Okay. She probably going to shock you. All right, Cindy, get off of here so I can get ready to share this with the people. And for everybody over on Instagram, Jenga, go Cindy. I can't tell who y'all name is by the Instagram name, but Cindy, you getting a lot of love over on Instagram as well. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter people, YouTube. So yes, thank you for all you do, Cindy, and love you much.
Bye.
Same back to you. All right, folks, we're going to get ready to listen. I'm telling y'all what I'm about to play on here. Y'all going to listen. Facebook better not cut me off either. All right, where'd it go? I'm talking all this trash. Oh, there it is. All right, y'all ready? Wait. So what y'all about to see is what happened was Nia Grace did an event on Thursday. Hold on. Somebody's in the room. Before we go, Asia, her birthday was yesterday. Rachel Rodriguez is in the... Rachel, I CC'd you on the email. Asia's birthday was yesterday. Asia is a charter member, a supporter, quasi team member. Asia, we wanted to take a few minutes and say happy born day to you. Thank you for who you are to the Java family. Thank you for all your contributions and everything that you are in community. Thank you for posting those wonderful pictures of food when you and Ray be cooking and I be looking at them like, thank you, Asia, for being who you are, a truth teller, someone that stands up in community and does a lot of things in the background. Y'all do me a favor and wish this queen a happy born day here in the Java Cafe. We're going to go ahead and let you know that we got Angelina Hightower, Nichelle Mungo, Kasia Lavon, couple of other sisters, Valerie Stevens, Adonis on keys, Nia Grace is up there doing a little bit of singing too, Nichelle Mungo. And when I tell y'all, these women, the art of her closing finale at Grace by Nia.
Right? We got Nichelle Mungo in this building, right? And I understand that she was singing background tonight. Right. But you know what? That's what sisterhood looks like. Right? That's what grace looks like. Right? That's what humility looks like. But I want y'all to show up and show out for this Nichelle Mungo. All right? Out there, make some noise. Make some noise. Hey, make some noise. Can the microphone speak louder? And this is for all of y'all, right? Because you're living your lives like it's golden, right? There we go. Can the microphone be louder on this one? I'm taking my freedom. I'm putting it off the shelf. I'm putting it on my shame. I'm winning proudly. I'm taking my freedom. I'm aiming for the stars. Wherever I choose to go, it will take me far. 'Cause I'm living my life like it's golden. 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 Yeah!
Happy Women's History Month to all the women. I started this off with my mother and ending it with Cindy was amazing. To every woman that's had an influence in my life, that is reared, that is cooked, that is raised. To my godmother, Susie. I'm not going to get into naming names. To my godmother, Susie Mathis, and others. To all the women that continually have a role. And it's not over. This is just a designated 31 days that we as society set aside to celebrate you. So we celebrate the grace, as Carlos said, of our sisters, and in what they create. To the 92% that held us down, to everything, the beauty, and in your rest during these times, you deserve it. We love you. We appreciate you. You are owed our protection. You are owed our honor, and you are owed life, for the life that without you all, there would be none. And so women, we love you. We thank you. And especially to the number one woman in my life, Gina Marie Hills Harris. Love you, Ma. You all have a great day. And we will see you guys tomorrow at 10.